You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/kidsandfamily. Just go to Indeed.com/kidsandfamily right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
Have you ever thought about how sometimes the things that really make a difference aren't the most obviously productive ones? You know, not the things that fit neatly on a spreadsheet, that maybe real value comes from something that, well, looks a bit frivolous, maybe even unproductive on the surface. Today, we're taking a deep dive into a story that really gets under the skin of that idea, challenging how we usually think about usefulness and purpose. Our source material for this is a fantastic little tale called The Crab Who Painted Shells. It seems simple, maybe like a children's story, but honestly, it's packed with some pretty deep wisdom about creativity, community, and just being yourself. So our mission today isn't just to pull out some easy lessons. We really want to explore the kind of hidden strength of these unproductive passions. How can something that looks like just playing around actually build a community? How does that work? We want to really dig into how we, as people, as societies, decide what's valuable.
Yeah, and what's really fascinating about this story is how it forces you to look again at what worth even means. It will explore this dynamic between, one individual's unique passion and how it spreads, how it affects everyone else. It's about seeing how even a small difference, just a splash of color, can actually have this huge impact, not just making things look nice, but changing the whole feeling, the spirit of a place. The story really pushes us to think beyond just, what something gets you and more into its inherent value.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Let's set the scene. Coral Cove Beach. Picture it. Most crabs there are doing, standard crab things, right? Scuttling around, digging holes, looking for food, just, getting by, standard operating procedure for a crab. But then there's Hermie. And Hermie stands out immediately because he's doing something totally different. This isn't just a cute detail. It immediately kind of sets up the core question for us. What really matters in a community? And who decides?
Exactly. What defines a valuable contribution?
Right. And Hermie's difference isn't small. While other crabs are focused on their shells for protection, Hermie carries a bucket full of paints he made himself.
Oh.
Think about that ingenuity for a second. He's crushing seashells for color, using seaweed juice, even finding glowing plankton. Wow.
Incredible resourcefulness.
He's taking stuff others ignore or just see as, debris or food, and he's transforming it. He's not hiding his weird hobby. He's actively, deliberately creating with it. It's beautiful, really.
And if we zoom out a bit, Hermie isn't just being different for the sake of it. He's like a symbol of the individual innovator. He's taking what's available, the sand, the seaweed, the bits of shell, and reimagining what they can be used for. It's not just about function, it's about potential. This is, central to creativity everywhere. It makes you think, doesn't it?
Hmm.
What resources in your life right around you might you be overlooking? What everyday things could become your unique colors if you looked at them differently, like Hermie?
And the results were, amazing. He wasn't just painting his own shell in a corner. He was decorating shells for others, tailoring the designs, stripes for the shy crabs, elegant swirls for snails, tiny little sunsets for clams. Imagine.
He's personalizing them, giving them individuality.
Exactly. So pretty soon, the whole beach starts to change. It goes from this uniform, maybe a bit drab place, to something like an underwater art gallery. Shells glittering everywhere like jewels. It wasn't just one crab anymore. The whole habitat's look started to shift because of his dedication.
And it's not just the single act of painting one shell. It's the buildup, the cumulative effect. Those little personal touches, they didn't just add color. They subtly changed how everyone saw the beach itself. It became more than just sand and water. It became a place with character, visual interest. It shows how small, consistent creative acts, especially when shared, can totally redefine a space. It's that micro-level change leading to a macro-level shift in feeling, in identity, art reshaping a place.
But of course, not everyone gets it immediately. And the story brings in this counterpoint. This is where it gets really interesting. Hermie's art faced some serious skepticism. The tension builds here. Enter Percy the pelican. Percy is very, let's say, practical, no nonsense. And he voices something that honestly probably sounds familiar to a lot of us. He squawks, and this is a direct quote, "What's the point of painting shells? You can't eat them, you can't wear them, and you can't trade them for fish." Bam!
Right there.
Yeah. From Percy's view, it's completely useless. No survival value, no economic value. Pointless.
And Percy's perspective is so common, isn't it? It's deeply ingrained, this idea that value equals utility. Practicality, consumption, economic exchange, that's often how we measure worth. Hermie's art just didn't fit. It offered nothing tangible in that sense.
Right.
It's this classic tension, what's useful versus what brings happiness or beauty or just joy. And this isn't just about a pelican and a crab, right? It holds up a mirror to us. How often do we dismiss things, our own pursuits or others, because they don't have an obvious quantifiable payoff?
Totally.
Yeah.
And naturally, hearing that, Hermie felt discouraged. I mean, who wouldn't? It's so relatable. If you create anything, or even just have a different way of doing things, you've probably heard that "what's the point?" question.
Oh, absolutely.
It's tough when your passion, something you pour yourself into, gets dismissed like that, especially by someone who seems so logical, so practical. That kind of doubt from outside, it can really get to you, make you question yourself.
Definitely. And the real danger isn't just the external criticism, it's how easily we can start to believe it ourselves. We start questioning our own efforts if they don't immediately show some measurable result. This story really pushes back on that. It asks, is something really pointless if it makes people happy, if it connects them, even if you can't put a price tag on it? It's inviting us to think bigger about what value means, beyond just dollars or, fish. Think about it today. Hobbies, volunteering, art for its own sake, things that enrich life but don't produce in the economic sense.
That's such a good point. And the story gives us a beautiful answer, because things take this wonderful turn. One evening, a completely new audience arrives. Unbiased, a group of children come to the beach. And their reaction is just pure, unfiltered joy. They gasp. They see these rainbow shells, and their eyes just light up. They start collecting them immediately.
Ah, the kids.
Yes. Their delight wasn't just nice to see. It was like this external proof. It showed Hermie's art did have an impact, a huge one, just not the kind Percy was looking for. And it didn't stop there. They were inspired. The kids didn't just collect the shells. They wanted to paint too. They grabbed driftwood, rocks. They even paint Percy's perch.
Even Percy's perch. Love it.
Right. And suddenly there's laughter on the beach. A sound that probably wasn't common before amidst all the scuttling and survival. The whole place transforms, not just how it looks, but the energy. It becomes this festival of color, this shared creative buzz. It wasn't just Hermie's thing anymore, it was everyone's, sparked by one little crab.
And if you put that in a wider context, it shows so clearly that real innovation, the power of being unique, isn't just about the first person who does something. It's about the inspiration it ignites in others. Hermie didn't argue with Percy. He just did his thing. He demonstrated. And by doing that, he accidentally created this whole new community activity. The kids joining in was key. Their pure joy, their participation, it proved the value was real. It just wasn't Percy's kind of value. It shifted from a personal act to this shared communal thing. That inspiration was contagious. It actually changed the beach's culture.
And seeing all the kids' happiness, the other animals enjoying this colorful beach, Hermie has this massive realization, like an aha moment. He gets it. His gift wasn't about being useful like Percy meant. It was about bringing happiness.
That's huge.
It is. It's a huge shift from worrying about external judgment to understanding the real intrinsic worth of what he was doing. It really makes you question the usual ways we measure impact, doesn't it? Like productivity, profit.
Yeah.
Are those metrics missing something fundamental?
Absolutely. Maybe there's a different way to calculate value, something more, human.
And then there's this brilliant little detail. It kind of ties a perfect bow on the whole practicality versus joy thing.
Yeah.
Even Percy, the big skeptic, the what's the point guy, he secretly goes to Hermie and asks for a shell.
No way.
Yes, not just any shell either. He wants one with his initials painted on it in gold.
Gold initials. Oh, that's perfect.
And Hermie, being Hermie, just happily does it for him. That, for me, is the ultimate win, isn't it? When even the most practical, function-focused one among us gets drawn in by a bit of beauty and joy.
It really is. And Percy asking secretly, it's not just funny. It shows how Hermie's spirit, his art, really won out, even if quietly. It shows that beauty, that individual expression, it can soften even the most practical outlook. Percy might not have been able to explain why he wanted it in his usual terms, but he felt its appeal. He wanted in. It just shows how real inspiration can get past even the strongest skepticism.
So what's the long-term impact? What's the legacy here? Well, from then on, Every summer evening, it became a thing. Animals, kids, everyone joined Hermie for the great shell painting party. It wasn't just a one-time event. It became a tradition, a core part of life on Coral Cove.
Just a ritual.
Exactly. A ritual of shared creativity. It proved that, yes, creativity can brighten things up, it can connect beings, it can turn a simple beach into a real community hub.
Yeah.
So this deep dive, it really shows you listening how important that self-expression, that individual creativity is, often more than we think. It shows how art, or really any unique passion you might have, can genuinely bring people or crabs together. It builds connections that aren't just about tasks or survival, and crucially is a reminder that being different, having your own way of seeing things, that's something to celebrate, not hide.
Yeah, the story's lesson feels really clear. It poses this essential question for all of us, right? The things that make you unique, your own specific colors, they have the power to spark joy, to create connections. They make the whole picture richer. So the message is, don't be afraid to show those colors. Even if people like Percy initially question the point, it's not just about feeling good yourself. It's about adding something valuable to the collective experience, sparking those ripples.
It's just such a beautiful, quiet reminder, isn't it? Your unique spark, how you see things, how you do things that holds real power, often unrecognized power. It might not look useful in that narrow traditional way. It might not make money or solve an obvious problem, but its ability to inspire joy, to build connection, to turn just a place into a community, that's immeasurable. Never underestimate the power of just, authentically being you.
So maybe as you go about your day today, think about this. What unique colors do you have? Things maybe waiting to brighten someone else's world, or even just your own little corner of it. And how might sharing those colors, whatever they are, art, ideas, kindness, a different perspective, how might that create a ripple effect you can't even imagine right now?
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/kidsandfamily. Just go to Indeed.com/kidsandfamily right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.